Hello friends, welcome again at iamchandan.com and my name is Chandan. Yesterday we have discussed about method overriding. Today we will discuss more about constructor. Before that I will tell you a little bit more about polymorphism, and because it is a little bit confusing term, polymorphism, and after that we will discuss about constructor, and then we will discuss about super keyword and this keyword in Java. This keyword. Okay, so as I told you in very previous tutorial that polymorphism means method overloading and method overriding, and I have given you example in my previous tutorial. So what is polymorphism? The word polymorphism literally means a state of having many shapes or the capacity to take on different forms. Polymorphism in Java has two types: compile time polymorphism, which is also known as static binding, and runtime polymorphism, which is also known as dynamic binding. Method overloading is an example of static polymorphism, while method overriding is an example of dynamic polymorphism. I have given a very simple example in my website. Yeah, it is a method overloading, static polymorphism, and method overriding. We have discussed about these all things earlier. So now discuss about constructor. What is it? What is the use of it? And how to use in the programming. So what is the definition of constructor? Constructor in Java is a special type of method that is used to initialize the object. Then how to create it and what is the rule to create the constructor. Java constructor is invoked at the time of object creation, and rules for creating Java constructor are: constructor name, constructor constructor name, it must be same as the class name, same as class name. And second rule is that constructor must have no explicitly return type, means constructor will never return any value. Constructor must have no return type. So type of constructor, basically there are two types of constructor. First is default constructor. Types of constructor, sorry, constructor, there are two types of constructor. First is default, means it will not take any argument, no argument. And second is parameterized constructor, which will accept argument. Parameterized constructor. So let's see the example, what are they and how to use them. Let's move on Eclipse, and it was my previous tutorial, and I will create a new class in my project Java practice. I will give the name learning constructor, learning underscore constructor, or give a simple name learning learn constructor, and I will give the public static void main. As you know that our JVM start from public static void main, so first of all I will tell you the default constructor. So when, as I told you, that constructor name must be same as class name, so I will write it here, public the same class name, which is learn constructor, control C and then control V, and it will not accept any argument, so I will print this out, control space I am default. When constructor will be called, whenever you will create the object of this class, then constructor will be called. New this, now run it, you will see that I'm default, means you can see that I have not accessed this method or the constructor, but it is automatically called when the object of this class is created. Now the example of parameterized constructor. So it was our default constructor, and you can get more detail about the constructor from my website, I have written over there. Now let's see a very simple example of constructor. Suppose that this constructor is parameterized, means we are accepting the argument set int a comma int b, and this also have a body. Let's see, your sum is, I am just adding two number, it is a very basic example, a plus b. Now as you can see that there is an error, because this constructor now accepts two argument, and while creating the object I have to pass two argument here. So let's see, the value is 2 comma 4. Now error has been disappeared. Now just run the program, you will see the result. So the main benefit of constructor is that whenever you will create the object of that class, the constructor will be called. You can see the result. Okay, tomorrow we will discuss about super and this keyword, which is very useful and very confusing. So I will give a very basic example so they can easily understand. Okay, thanks for watching.